breaking people down in the cage like a crab leg at Red Lobster. This guy's unbelievable. I mean, when you have Khamzat Chimaev here, you know what you're getting, and this guy is just intense. And I think the intensity is what you then see instilled in everybody else in the camp. So the one thing that I love seeing is as Khamzat's intensity rises, the rest of the camp's intensity rises, because you never know. Real Hunter might get a...
Yeah, then you get all the grappling power. You shave the mustache.
Strong, dude.
You gotta go into the ways, dude.
Leave me alone! That's a verbal tap.
But people that Khamzat brought with him are a bunch of strong, young, dedicated guys. And you can tell that they have a vision, so.
In a new chapter of his relentless UFC journey, Khamzat Chimaev is pushing himself and his camp to the absolute limit as he prepares for his upcoming showdown with Strickland at UFC 328. Chimaev, who has earned a reputation for his brutal intensity inside the octagon, is now translating that same level of ferocity into his training sessions. The fighter's camp has become a well-oiled machine, built around discipline, consistency, and a fierce work ethic. As we dive into the grueling details of Chimaev's preparation, it becomes clear why he's one of the most feared fighters in the UFC today.
And to be a part of, because it makes me feel like, yeah, this is what we do. Like, we're fighters. We can do whatever we need to do at any given time.
At the core of Chimaev's success is his unwavering commitment to pushing his limits every single day. His fight camp isn't just about showing up for the camera, but about working tirelessly behind closed doors. In a recent interview, Khalil Roundtree, a frequent participant in the camp, shared his experience of the intensity within the gym. Roundtree mentioned that watching Chimaev's training sessions was akin to preparing for war. It wasn't about light sparring or easy rounds. The pressure was real and the stakes were high. As Chimaev continues to push the limits of his own physicality, his teammates are equally pushed to excel.
So far,
yeah.
I mean, it's probably got to be one of the most unique things you've ever been a part of.
Really unique, really cool, tight knit. Like, just all these guys get to work 2 times a day minimum. Just helping each other grow to become champions and push each other to the limits. It's incredible to be a part of.
What does the training look like though? I mean, is it's super intense, and like when you spar, does it get a little out of hand, or?
I mean, with these two guys right here.
Yeah, I'm looking at them, and they're Chechens, and Khamzat's a madman, and I'm like, are you guys knocking the shit out of each other in sparring?
The answer is yes.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm watching them go to war every day. He's trying to be polite because he's new to the crew. I'm full.
He doesn't want to talk shit.
So I'm telling you right now, warriors, dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, right here, 20 years old, 5-0, undefeated, just a complete monster. And to be honest, this guy doesn't talk good about anybody. Luke Rockhold came back from Killcliff and said, yo, there's this guy in Khamzat's crew. He's Chechnyan. Hamza is his first name, and they call him the Wolverine.
Chimaev's training regime consists of 2 intense training sessions per day, filled with everything from wrestling and grappling to sparring. This rigorous schedule ensures that each member of his camp grows stronger with every session. What stands out about this particular fight camp is the sense of camaraderie. Chimaev isn't just a lone wolf, he's building a team that works together to become champions. As Roundtree put it, there's no room for complacency. Everyone in the gym feeds off each other's energy, creating a competitive environment where every fighter strives to outdo the other.
It's your world when you go in that cage. Is that your power? Is that your technique? What is it that allows you to do this to people?
Bro, just hard work. Just working hard. If they make mistakes here, it's gonna be bad for me there. But just be here every day to come in the gym. Some mornings you don't wanna come here, but if you come to the gym and still do your work, then you know you're gonna do good there. So just believe hard work. So some people say Khamzat is talented, his dad is born from Chechnya. It doesn't matter from where you are, but just you choose your choice. And
this environment of fierce competition isn't just beneficial for Chimaev, but for the younger, up-and-coming fighters in the gym. Chimaev's focus on developing the next generation of fighters speaks to the depth of his vision. It's not just about him dominating the octagon, he's cultivating a team of undefeated fighters who are all learning from each other and sharpening their skills under his leadership. In a sport where the spotlight often shines brightest on individual achievements, Chimaev is setting a new precedent by ensuring that the whole team rises together.
You're really bringing up the next generation of fighters. We don't see a lot of people in your position do this. Why is it so important to help the real Hunter and Wolverine and Youssef to become world champs?
What should I do after? You know, I'm all my life being a fighter, you know, training and being in this sport. So I want to help the younger guys I'm the first guy from my country to become a UFC champion. So now these young guys, they has very good talent and they has everything to become a UFC champion. So
Chimaev's no-nonsense approach to training is paying off. His sparring sessions, as reported by those close to the camp, are nothing short of brutal. Fighters step into the ring with him knowing that it's not going to be an easy ride. Chimaev's sheer power and aggression during sparring leave a lasting impression on his opponents. The intensity is so high that even seasoned fighters have to dig deep to keep up with him. This pressure and discipline are at the core of why Chimaev's performances are so dominating when the cage door locks behind him.
The belt. That being said, Sean Strickland is one of the more, I guess you could say, popular, one of the more interesting, one of the more followed, whatever word you want to use, fighters in the UFC, and certainly at 185 pounds. And he has made a habit since winning that belt in 2023 of winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one, but he continues to get a title shot. He beats Israel Adesanya, wins the belt, loses his next one. That was to DDP. He beats Paulo Costa, gets another title shot, loses that one. He beats Fluffy Hernandez, now here's fighting for the belt again. It's a pretty damn good run. That's 3 title shots in the span of 2 years and change. And obviously this is a big one, and it's a very bitter rivalry, if you want to call it that. I mean, Sean Strickland throws a lot of shots at Khamzat, as does Khamzat. I would imagine Khamzat a lot more motivated going into this fight, considering the things that Sean has said about him and their history. And Dana White joked about the fact that they might need a little more security, and I don't think that's the worst idea in the world. I'm not upset that Sean is getting this shot. He does have a win over Imavov. It was a short notice win for him, and he was moving up to 205.
The mental aspect of training is just as important as the physical. Chimaev's philosophy revolves around consistency and hard work, no matter how he feels on any given day. He understands that skipping a session or slacking off in the gym will be reflected in his performance during the fight. Hard work beats talent, he once said, and his camp exemplifies this mindset. By instilling a culture of dedication, Chimaev ensures that his skills aren't just natural gifts, but the result of years of relentless effort.
I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. Khamzat, Sean, big fight for Khamzat. It's his first title defense. Sean getting another crack at the belt. Interesting style, unique style. Khamzat should be the favorite, and I don't suspect he has a terribly difficult night, but Sean's a bit of a chameleon. Sometimes he looks like a world beater like he did against Fluffy or Izzy, and then sometimes he doesn't, like he did, most recently against DDP. So let us see May 9th.
Chimaev's personal evolution as a fighter goes hand in hand with his work ethic. His focus on daily improvement has not only refined his skills, but also deepened his understanding of the sport. As Chimaev himself admits, every fight is a reflection of the work done in the gym. His commitment to growth has allowed him to reach a level where he is capable of outclassing his competition through both superior technique and mental fortitude.
So now all of a sudden we've got Chimaev versus Strickland. Did you guys see the odds? My partners right now, DraftKings, 6-1. 6-1 is what they are favoring Chimaev to beat Strickland. 2-1 when the fight opened, Chimaev versus Dricus. When that bell rang, they were 2-1. 6-1 is what Izzy Adesanya was favored the night he fought Sean Strickland. 3-1 is what Islam was the night that he beat Charles Oliveira, right? And if you remember that point in time, nobody believed that Islam wasn't walking out there with the belt. Nobody believed that Charles had what it took to stand up to Islam. And with that said, it got to 3-1. So 3-1 doesn't just represent a confidence, it's a confidence in a domination. 3-1 is essentially saying, our guy, our 3-1 favorite, is going to finish your guy. This is 6-1. This is 6-1 with common opponent.
The UFC 328 fight against Sean Strickland will be Chimaev's first major title defense, and the anticipation surrounding the matchup is building by the day. Strickland, a fighter known for his unpredictable style and trash talk, has made it clear that he's ready for the challenge. The rivalry between these two has only intensified in recent weeks, with both fighters exchanging barbs in the media. However, this feud isn't just about words. It's a clash of styles and personalities that could lead to fireworks when the cage door closes.
That seems to be the big question when you're fighting Chimaev. Like, before we get into resumes, who's ranked, who should be there, when we come down to what's the guy that possesses the skill set where we can close our eyes and make believe that Chimaev could get beat, we have to first be able to convince ourselves that that guy possesses superior takedown defense to the excellent offense takedown abilities of Chimaev. I think Strickland's that guy. I think they found the right guy. 6-1 surprises me. I don't think Kyle Brawlo is going to have his panties in a bunch, because he is 1-1 in his last two. I think he's going to understand, I could have gone for a title shot, but they probably had me do something else. All right, great. That's where it landed. Imanov's in a different spot. Imanov deserves that title shot. And I realize the hypocrisy that sounds, because I am pushing for Sean, but I'm pushing for Sean because Sean beat him head-to-head.
Strickland, despite his volatile career with a mix of wins and losses, has earned his title shot with his ability to stay in the spotlight. His controversial nature, combined with his unpredictability inside the octagon, makes him a unique challenge for Chimaev. UFC President Dana White himself has hinted at the intense animosity between these two fighters, joking about the potential need for extra security at UFC 328. As the fight approaches, all eyes are on Strickland to see if he can handle Chimaev's relentless pressure. The mental games are already in play, with both fighters attempting to get under each other's skin. Chimaev, known for his calm and calculated demeanor, has remained focused on his training. However, Strickland's brash attitude and trash-talking tactics may add an emotional element to the fight. As Michael Bisping noted, the early rounds of this fight will be crucial. If Chimaev can impose his wrestling game early and get Strickland to the ground, it could be a one-sided affair. However, Strickland has proven time and time again that he's hard to hold down, and his striking could give Chimaev problems if he can keep the fight standing.
It's a tough fight for Strickland, I'm not going to lie, but he is tough to take down. He's tough to hold down. He does have a ground game, and he's going to talk some shit. And I've heard there's a bunch of Chechens hunting Sean Strickland down in Las Vegas, and he's got to be careful. And I heard Sean like, hey man, I've got guns. You can come to my house, man. Here's the thing, guys. If they come to my house, I got the guns.
I'm almost certain Strickland's gonna have a gun with him wherever he is in Vegas, and good luck.
Yeah, he's gonna need it.
Ariel Helwani, another major voice in the MMA community, has also weighed in on the Strickland versus Chimaev match. Helwani pointed out that while Chimaev is the favorite, Strickland's unpredictability makes him a dangerous opponent. Strickland has demonstrated that on his best days, he can take down elite fighters like Israel Adesanya. However, Helwani also acknowledged that Chimaev's wrestling and control could wear Strickland down over the course of the fight. It's clear that while Chimaev is the favorite, Strickland's resilience cannot be discounted.
Messed up to Imavov, look at his resume or whatever, and on every one I responded, hey guys, who was his last loss though? Like, if your last loss is to a guy who's coming off of a performance like that against somebody who we all agreed was one fight away from the title in Fluffy Hernandez, you go out there and finish him like that, jump on the mic. How do you not? Especially for a company starving for an American champion.
He lost to Strickland in 2023, November, to be not January, sorry. So 3 years ago.
I think
he's on a 5-fight win streak. And he beat Izzy. That was sensational. Second round knockout, right hand over the top. Against Borralho, impressive victory, but not as good as Sean going out there and beating the brakes and finishing Fluffy. And then on the microphone as well, the way that he acted, then with the backstory and the beef and the way that, these guys are going to shit talk it up. Sean Strickland's not going to back down. People talk about wanting to see rivalries and real characters. Well, my God, you have got it here, 100%. Yeah. But the big question is, can he stop the takedowns? Can he take the shots from Khamzat? Because he's got knockout power as well. He's not just a wrestler.
As the build-up to UFC 328 continues, fans and analysts alike are dissecting every aspect of this fight. The odds are heavily in favor of Chimaev, with bookmakers placing him at a 6-1 favorite. However, as James Lynch pointed out, the fight isn't just about the numbers. It's about the fight itself and the history between these two combatants. Chimaev may have the edge in wrestling and control, but Strickland's ability to surprise opponents with his unorthodox style means this fight could go in unexpected directions. The excitement surrounding UFC 328 is palpable, and the stakes couldn't be higher for both Chimaev and Strickland. This isn't just a fight for the title, it's a battle of egos, fighting styles, and emotions. Fans will be eagerly watching to see if Chimaev can maintain his dominance, or if Strickland can pull off the upset and take the belt. Either way, this is sure to be one of the most thrilling matchups in UFC history. In conclusion, as we approach UFC 328, all eyes are on Chimaev to see if he can live up to his hype and continue his dominance in the octagon. Strickland has made it clear that he's ready to face Chimaev head on, but the question remains, can he withstand the pressure? With both fighters boasting unique skill sets and personalities, this promises to be a fight like no other. Be sure to tune in for what is sure to be an epic showdown in the UFC. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe for more updates on this exciting match.